Assalamu alaikum, grade one, and welcome to the social studies class. And I'm your ma'am Omama. And you know that we are already done with our second topic that was about our school. And in yesterday's class, I told you that now we will be doing the exercise related questions of this topic, right? Okay, so now let's quickly revise what we have discussed or what we have, studied about our school, and then we will write few lines about it. Okay. So we started from the general introduction about what school is. School is an education institution where we go to get education. Then we talked about the different things which are in school, let's say different classrooms, different school related things. We created a mind map, and then we talked about school bag, different books, classrooms, library, different activities which are taking place in the school, such as assembly. Then we discussed art room. We talked about the playground activities and all that, right? Now, if somebody asks you to introduce your school or introduce your school life, what would be the points you will cover in that? Let's say I ask you to write about your school life. Okay. So, how will you start? You will start from the very beginning that I'm studying in this school. Let's say I'm studying in Edward. It's a virtual school and it is located in, let's say if you know about it or not, you need to tell the location of your school, and then you will say it has these many classrooms. The students are from, let's say, from grade 1 to grade 8 or early years to whatever the situation is, right? Then you will say that it has an art room where students go for days. It has a library. It has at that time the break time takes place at this, all of the details, the whole of your school life, right? So you will start from the very beginning that I go to the school on a school van, and then you end at the whole related activities or whatever you do in your school, right? So this is your small activity. Open your notebooks and you need to write 10 lines on your school life, let's say. Okay, or how you spend a day in your school. Okay, so let's start writing. When you are done, let me know. Okay. Okay, so all of you are done. Very well done. Now what we are going to do, we are going to do the exercises of this topic. So open your social studies book, page number 5. Hurry up. Now we talked about different classrooms and the different activities that are being taken place in those particular classrooms. So what you need to do, you need to mention, you need to remember those all of those points. Let's say what we discussed about the library. That library is the most peaceful place in the school. We go there for the reading, and the teacher. I told you that sometimes the teacher tells the student a story, a lesson in which it has something moral, a moral hidden story, and students need to recognize that. Similarly, in art room, students go to take their art class, to take their drawing class, and in that classroom, teacher come to know about the creativity or the creative level of the students, right? Then we talked about the playground, and I told you that in playground, students, combine each other in the break time, especially, or if they have some free period and they do some fun activities. Then we talked about the annual athletics as well. So these are a lot of things, a lot of activities which are related to school. Then I discussed the assembly with you, and I told you that in assembly, the assembly is organized in a way that the students they start their day with the recitation of Holy Quran, few verses from the Holy Quran, and beside that they recite the national anthem together, which shows the unity, which gives them the message of unity, of power, and which reminds them that what Pakistan is. When you heard somewhere the national anthem, or when you recite it, it gives you a strong enough feeling of your nation, of your country, that this country is a huge blessing of Allah, and we should respect it. We should play our part for its, for making it great. So all of these things, when you start your day with this message, with this tone, your day spends in a very good way, right? So why we do all of those things in an assembly? To start our day with something good, right? Okay, so now on this page, on page number 5, there are some blanks written, some lines basically written, and you need to match the activity with its picture. Let's say it says that we paint pictures in the art room. Now, in front of that, there are 5 pictures given. You need to mention the picture which is depicting an art room in which students are doing some art related activity. Look at the pictures and tell me in which picture something related to art is being done. In picture number 3, excellent. What the students are doing? One of the students, she's standing and she's painting a parrot. Can you see in the back? She's painting a parrot. Then there is this student, a boy who is painting a flower. The students are sitting on the floor and they are also painting something. And there is this teacher who is monitoring all of them, what they are basically doing, right? Okay. Now let's look at the second point, which is point number B. Our assembly is held in the playground. Okay. Now you need to identify the picture in which an assembly is going on in a playground. Okay. Can you identify the picture? Is it picture number 1? No. 2? No. Is it picture number 3? No. 4? No. 5? Yes. And how did you identify this, that this is about assembly? Because all of the students are standing in a proper position and there is this Pakistani flag, right? And the teachers are also standing and it looks like they are reciting the national anthem, right? Okay. Now let's look at the third picture, which is the third point, which is we read books in the library. Now, can you identify the library in these pictures? Yes, tell me. Is it picture number 1? Yes or no? Yes, it's picture number 1. And how did you come to know that it's a library? Because there are book racks on the back of the picture. All of the books are placed in a proper manner, and the students are sitting on a proper table and chairs, and they are discussing something from the books, right? And you get to know that this type of environment identifies a library, so this must be a library room. Okay, very well done. Now let's look at the fourth point. We have our lessons in the classroom. Now all of these are a type of classrooms. Let's say the library is also a type of classroom. Art room is also a type of classroom. But we have our lessons in the classroom, right? Now you need to identify a classroom in which lessons are being going on. It must be look like you can identify this from, let's say, a teacher is standing and she is delivering something. Okay, and you can see in this picture, okay, identify the same picture in which a teacher is standing on the front of the class and she is delivering something and students are paying attention to what she or he is basically saying. Okay, can you identify any such picture? Picture number 2, very well done. And how did you come to know about this, that this is a classroom? How can you differentiate between that this is not an art room or this is not a library, but this is a classroom? How did you come to know about this? Because the students are sitting on proper tables and chair with the same manner, right? Okay. So there is this front desk and chair for the teacher on which she is sitting. Then the charts are being displayed on the walls and the students are listening to the teacher. Excellent. Right? So this is a classroom. Okay. Let's look at the fifth point. We eat our lunch at break time. Okay, can you identify any picture which tells you about something, related to lunchtime? When we were discussing or when we were reading the chapter, we talked about the lunchtime, and there was a picture that shows, and we talked about the cafeteria as well. When we were watching a related video, we talked about the cook as well and some healthy and yummy food, right? Can you identify any picture which is related to this lunchtime? Picture number 4. And how did you come to know this? Because it looks like this is a cafeteria and the students are buying something. They have made a line and they are buying something one by one. Okay, very well done. So these were 5 things, let's say 5 activities or 5 things which were relevant to the school, and you need to match them, the line with the picture or the description with the picture. Okay. So hurry up, do this and let me know when all of you are done. Are you done? Okay, very well done. Now let's move to the next question. It says that draw a picture of your school in your notebook. Okay, because it's your virtual school, you do not have a school building. So what you need to do is you can draw an assumed picture of your school, right? Okay, it can be any building, but it should look like a school, right? Okay. Now, do you know how does school look like? It must be a proper building in which there should be classroom, there should be a front hall, then a small garden or a playground in front in which usually assembly is being taken place. You should, put a Pakistani flag on it, and it should the most probably school building. Okay, okay, I'll be drawing the school building with you as well. Okay, okay, here I'm drawing a, let's say, traditional school building, which is usually in, the books or like that. Okay, now I cannot show the inner of it, so let's say make some classrooms over here. Okay, so this is somehow a traditional building, although it is not very good, but you need to draw, however your drawing is, I need you to draw a school building, okay, for yourself. Okay. Okay, let's do the last question, which is write the names of your school. Here you need to write the name of your school. Okay, what is the name of your school? Very well done. And do you guys know the spellings? Okay, hurry up, write it. Okay, class, that was all for today. We are done with the exercise of this topic as well. We covered the topic my school in this week, and tomorrow you will have a small assessment from whatever we have covered in this whole week. So you need to revise each and everything and get yourself prepared for the assessment. And then inshallah next week we will be starting with another topic. Get yourself prepared and see you tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.